Afternoon, guys. It's Jeff. I'm back again. Another video. Been a little while, I know. I've got to say, I know that I feel like I'm kind of becoming a bit of a broken record with some of the topics and so on that I'm covering on this really. And it's a bit, yeah, I know. I feel like I keep going on to back to religion or young earth creationism or flat earthers or anti-vaxxers, whatever it might be. I know, and I kind of feel like I've gone a bit down that rabbit hole recently with topics. But trouble is, these people just provide so much fucking material to make videos about with the just dumb fuckery of things they said. So what's this one about? This, I suppose we can say this is partially a religion thing, I suppose, but it's more of an anti-vaxxer thing here. I'm going to talk about this guy, Pastor Johnathan Shelley of Pure Woods Baptist Church in Houston, Texas, an independent fundamentalist Baptist preacher. Now, I'll put a link in the description to the article about this. This is from Hemant Mehta's Friendly Atheist blog page, which is a very, very good resource, actually. And he's, he's been a quite useful resource for some of the other videos I've made, like some of the Ken Ham ones and so on. He's been getting a lot of the statistics and so on for, the real statistics for the attendance at the Ark and compared to what Ken Ham's actually fucking claiming. So he's a good resource in that respect. But so anyway, he's writing about this guy, Johnathan Shelley. Now, he's recently preached a sermon. I might play a little clip from it in a minute. I don't know if I want to really listen to this idiot, but he's on about. He talks a bit about he's preaching to his congregation for about an hour or so about why they should not get vaccinations and vaccines are snake oil. And it all just seems to be just on the basis that he has no idea how vaccines work. So, he goes on a bit about how vaccine preventable diseases haven't gone away. They say, well, you should get a vaccine because all these diseases I read for you that nobody's ever heard of, that you've never seen, no one's dying from, they haven't gone away, and they're still in existence somewhere out there. And this is the sort of thing he's saying here. The best reason to get a vaccination is the fact that some of these diseases are somewhere. Oh. Shelley argues it's silly to get vaccines because he doesn't know of anyone who has the diseases in question. I mean, this is the kind of ridiculousness. I'm just going to play a little clip from this. This is, might just play it for a minute or two. I don't want to go through the whole thing here, but it is.
Number two, that was a great number 1 point.
Right, that was point number 1 he made about vaccines being preventable diseases. Okay, but let's go back to number 2.
The best reason to get a vaccination is the fact that some of these diseases are somewhere. That's the best point. But number 2, vaccines will help keep you healthy. What? How could you ever prove that getting stabbed with a disease is going to help you stay healthy? They admit that if you are not healthy, if you have a child that's having sickness or illness or does not have a strong immune system, do not give them a vaccination. They are very likely to die and develop serious illness and disease because they actually severely injure the child temporarily. I mean, they're causing fever and headache. They will say that. On the insert, it'll say, look, you're going to get fever and headache. And many parents that would vaccinate their child when they're ill or sick or do not have a strong immune system, it causes very traumatic results from them. You're going to tell me that vaccines are going to make...
Right, so there's a little bit of an excerpt from this. So just to say I'm not making this up, or Hemant's not making this up, there it is from his own 2 words. And the problem with this guy is, very simply, is he has no idea what the fuck he is talking about. He has no clue whatsoever. I don't claim I'm very much a lay person when it comes to anything scientific. I'll admit that. But you can do just a few minutes worth of research, and really the whole basis of his argument seems to be the what we call the personal incredulity fallacy, which is very simple sort of logical fallacy. It's the sort of the example you give of, I can't imagine how A could be true, therefore A must be false. I don't understand this thing, or I can't, or more likely, probably in his case, I'm willingly ignorant about how to understand this thing. Therefore, the other thing must be true. It's I don't understand it. Therefore it can't be true, sort of thing. It's personal incredulity. It's just one of the easiest sort of logical fallacies that people make, actually. But I'm going to help him out a little bit here. I'm going to help the guy out, okay? Because he's obviously done no research upon how vaccines work, okay? Now, if you do, okay, you just Google that in, how vaccines work. Here in the UK, first thing you're going to get is the National Health Service's website, and it just sort of tells you very clear, basic language, how a vaccine works. Now I'll just read this. Vaccines work by making us produce antibodies to fight disease without actually infecting us with the disease. So that's, this is where he couldn't be bothered to, because he seems to understand that they are injecting you with a small, tiny amount of this, but he doesn't understand. Now, it goes on to say, if the vaccinated person comes into contact with the disease itself, their immune system will recognize it and immediately produce the antibodies they need to fight it. Newborn babies are already protected against several diseases such as measles, mumps, rubella, because antibodies are passed to them for their mothers via the placenta. This is called passive immunity. Passive immunity usually only lasts for a few weeks or months in the case of measles. So this is why we have the MMR jab that's given to children. I'll go on just a little bit more because I don't want to bore people with this, but this is very basic stuff. How vaccines are made. First step is to make the organism that produces the disease. It's called the pathogen. The pathogen is a virus or bacterium. Viruses and bacteria can be mass produced in the laboratory by infecting cells grown in tissue culture. The pathogen must then be altered to ensure it doesn't trigger the disease itself. The treated pathogen is then combined with other vaccine ingredients such as stabilizers and preservatives to produce the vaccine dose. Okay? Pretty simple. Anyone can fucking understand that. Anyone can understand that. You don't need a goddamn PhD. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if this guy is just genuinely can't be asked to do any research, or whether he's just being willfully ignorant or what. Like I said, he is making an argument from personal incredulity. He doesn't understand it, therefore it's got to be. I think most people in this world are sensible enough to realise that just because someone's got a title like pastor or vicar, whatever sort of religious, doesn't make them an authority on everything. I might even stretch to say that it doesn't make him an authority on anything. But that's a debatable question. Well, listen, I'm not going to go into all the other sort of points about anti-vaxxer points and so on, because I've been through them before, and like I said, I feel like I'm becoming a broken record. Anyone wants to hear me talk about this stuff more? A couple of months ago, I did a video on Kat Von D about her when she was come out as a sort of anti-vaxxer, and I went through some of the points then. But I suppose when this sort of stuff, it kind of irritates me in a way, because you got this guy who's you heard him there. He's preaching this shit from the pulpit, and unfortunately, people are sometimes inclined to listen and not do any research, and will take this guy as an authority. He's not an authority on anything. Okay, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So Okay, there's a little rant for the day. Hopefully I'll find something other than religion or anti-vaxxers or whatever to rant about next time. Hopefully I might even find something a bit more upbeat to talk about. I don't know, but unfortunately, like I said, this stuff does seem to keep producing priceless material. So yeah, once again, I shall see you all guys later. Okay, salute.